Good morning. Happy Friday. Are you guys just so excited? Friday is finally here. Welcome to Coffee with Colby. Excited about today. I thought this would be really great topic because I can't imagine how many of us don't do this at times in our lives or have done this, and it's putting people on a pedestal, right? We make them somehow greater than, and it creates a lot of problems. Good morning, Kim. So, good morning, Bronny. Oh, look, everybody, real quick. I don't know if you can see, look, my new, look, Coffee Loves Me shirt. That was came from Catherine. She's a client and a friend, and it's been awesome. Hi, Stephanie. Oh my goodness, look at all you guys this morning. Good morning, Sherry. So today's about putting people on pedestals and what that can do. And basically, when you look up to somebody and you think they're so amazing or they can't do any wrong, that really only sets you up for failure and sets the other person up for failure. So don't mind the noise today. It's trash day. Apparently the trash man liked coffee with Colby too. But basically, are you putting people above you? Have you had that experience where you really, really looked up to someone and then you found yourself so incredibly disappointed that they did something that just really hurt your feelings or destroyed your perception of them? And that also comes from your perception of yourself. Do you not think you're good enough, or do you think someone's better than you? Now, there's a difference, right? We don't want ego to get in the way. Oh, I'm as good as everybody. I'm better than. That's your ego getting in the way. And we don't want the ego to get in the way. But we do want to say, hey, we're all equal. We are all learning and deserving of the opportunities that are presented to us, right? So if you're feeling that you're not good enough, then that's about you changing the perceptions of yourself. Try the positive affirmations. Look in a mirror morning and night. Say, I love you. Say you're great. Say you're doing the best you can and it's okay. Give yourself some credit where credit is due, because we can all be so hard on ourselves, right? Incredibly difficult. But when you think someone else can't do any wrong, that puts a lot of pressure on them. So at some point, they're going to disappoint you, right? Because they're human and humans make mistakes, or we're not perfect. Even though we want to be, we all try to be, but we're just not. So there is about that. And we idealize them, right? We somehow say, oh, they're just so great. And then when they do make a mistake, or we do see their true colors, that can happen, right? How many times did you have a perception of someone, think they're amazing or think that they're really great, but the more you got to know them, you thought, that's not good. And what will happen is, if you have someone on a pedestal, you will end up changing your beliefs, right? Because you'll want to please them. You'll want to make them happy. So, you find yourself not being truly authentic to who you are. Good morning, Adam. And yeah, exactly, Rick. Perception and perspective. I mean, it's so true. And that doesn't mean you can't have respect for people. That's very different. I mean, I have had so many incredible people in my life, teachers that have taught me unbelievable lessons. And, I have such unbelievable respect for them, but they're not on a pedestal, right? Because, they're people and they're human, and you do get to see other sides of things. But, having respect for someone doesn't necessarily mean you're putting them on a pedestal. It simply means that you're honoring what they do and you're recognizing what they do. And that's fine. We should definitely be recognizing others and their talent or their skill or their kindness or their compassion. But it's also about recognizing us and learning and knowing what we are capable of as well. I want to know if any of you have been disappointed with someone you did have on a pedestal. I know I did. I know, I certainly did. Uh, well, nobody's perfect but you, Victoria. You are perfect. Oh, see, Stephanie, you've done it many times, and it's hard. It's I certainly had someone that I really had on a pedestal. Oh my goodness, just one of the most amazing people in the world. And then when that person had a human moment, it was so shocking and so hurtful that I really don't think I was able to recover from it. And we have to try. We have to try that forgiveness of others and that understanding of others. But sometimes people say things or lash out that we can't turn away from. I don't know if that's happened to you guys. I'm sure it has. And, sometimes things end because of that. But it really was a great lesson in honoring people, respecting people, being so grateful. Again, you can be grateful that someone is providing something in your life that you really need. You're finding that right teacher at the right moment, or finding that right partner or that right relationship at that right moment. Yeah, see, Victoria, and that's okay. I mean, listen, I think, again, especially teachers and things like that, but of course we put them on pedestals. I mean, but, maybe it's shifting that pedestal to respect and honor and understanding. And then there'll be, maybe a time where we move on and we just accept that. But again, this is also about you raising your own bar, okay? Because you are good enough. No one has to be better than you, okay? You are good enough. Someone can be more experienced than you. Someone could be a little stronger in one area than you. That's completely fine, okay? Obviously, some people are, maybe more gifted in one thing than another, So that's thanks for asking about the radio show, Julie. I did a radio show this morning, a little interview on the book Leap of Faith, How to Build Your Spiritual Business. And it went really well. It was great. Thank you for asking. So here's the thing. I want you to recognize your own gifts. Acknowledge your own gifts. What are you really good at? And what are you learning? And what are you growing towards? And, when I say what are you good at, that is so many things, okay? Maybe that's about being there for someone. You are so good at showing up. You are so good at keeping your word. I mean, that, my friend, is a precious gift. Holy cow. Because, wow, people don't show up. People flake all the time. People say they'll be there and then they're not there. So the fact that you are showing up, the fact that you are being present, that helps. That's huge. And, Jackie saying, I learned to have gratitude for bad things that happen in my life. Absolutely. We can perceive them as bad things. And there are bad things. I am not going to sit here and try to be silly by telling you every bad thing is positive, because there's sometimes such devastation. If you've lost everything, a loved one, a child, or your livelihood, or anything, we want to believe that there's something better along, but maybe it's not. Hopefully there is something good that comes out of that, and we learn and we do grow and we do become stronger. And that is really important. Sometimes, you guys, right? Isn't it a feeling like everything gets ripped away? Whether that's all people that go away all at once, or opportunities that go away, or again, maybe it's your job you lose, or whatever it is. It's kind of like it goes in these cycles where there's like a lot of things at once. You're like, oh, but I do think that is spirit kind of stripping things away to really show you what you're capable of, to show you to go in a different direction. So that does help. But for the pedestal thing, again, don't give your power away. Step into your own power. Be your own power. And acknowledge and respect those. But, it doesn't have to be about them being better than you. You know, that pedestal. It could be, you know, an area that they're better in or stronger in at the moment. That's completely fine. Absolutely. There are some people that are way better at computers and technology than I am. I'm absolutely going to be grateful and have an attitude of like, oh, so glad I have you in my life. But that doesn't mean I put them on a pedestal. Okay? So hopefully I can leave you with this Friday thought of you are your own power. You are your own source. You are really wonderful in your own way. And it's finding that way and loving that way and knowing that you're bringing something to the table. You know, there are some people today, I had a call this morning with a company, and you know, I had to return something, and I was a little like, oh, you know that feeling when you have to return something and get a refund and you're like, but I talked to a guy and he was so good at the customer service. He didn't make me feel guilty. He didn't give me trouble. He just said, absolutely, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll make sure we figure it out for you. You know, I was so grateful for that. I was like, oh, you know, because that really did, you know, that those things can be stressful, dealing with things that may be of a conflict, you know. So when you go into conflict or when you have to address something, you know, again, it's not about having somebody on a pedestal. It's just about, you know that you're on equal footing. It's just that your areas of expertise, so to speak, may be a little different, okay? And I guess I will leave you with that, and I'm hoping that that helps. You know, step into your power. Someone is not better than you, and we don't need to have people on pedestals, okay? And have a wonderful weekend. This is our 3rd week. I mean, this relationship is going pretty well, don't you think? I've got to tell you, the longest relationship I've had in a long time. So anyhow, have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. If the rain, if we don't have rain or snow, maybe you'll see me from the mountain again. I don't know. But anyhow, have a great day. Talk to you later. Thanks, you guys. Bye.